We are now just 54 days away from the official release of Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker by writer and director J.J. Abrams and Chris Terrio, as well as creator George Lucas. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you are new to the channel for future Star Wars content. Now, by far, one of the big exciting elements of Episode 9 is, of course, the interactions between both Rey and Kylo Ren to see exactly what they are going to be like on the big screen, as far as how their relationship is going to evolve in the film, and exactly what they are going to look like as rivals as well in this movie by JJ and Chris as well as George. Now, on top of all of this, we do know that Disney and Lucasfilm have a plan in place in order to make this by far the most emotional Star Wars film there is within the entire Skywalker saga, which does in fact speak volumes. Now, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film, and when it all comes down to one of the concept art descriptions, this is where things begin to get very exciting for Episode 9. Now, specifically, shot descriptions consisting of a sequence where it's explained that both Rey and Kylo Ren are said to be injured and exhausted on the ground within Palpatine's throne room, where it's said that Palpatine is said to be raising his arms in the background, initiating a new ability called Force Storm, that destroys some Resistance cruisers and First Order transports above. It's described that in the sequence, Kylo Ren crawls over to Rey and shakes her, trying to wake her up, while Palpatine is busy destroying the ships above. It's explained that one of the scenes is said to involve Kylo Ren resting his hand on Rey's face, where a kiss from Kylo is said to be exchanged on Rey's cheek, where Kylo holds the ability to get on his 2 feet, where he states, "I will come back for you, sweetheart." It's said that the line of dialogue that Kylo delivers is what Rey heard in her Force vision during the Force Awakens flashback scene and flash-forward scene, and was only mentioned in the Episode 7 novelization. Now, this is where Kylo is said to confront Sidious, using Leia's lightsaber where he ignites it and begins to shout as Palpatine to face him in a one-on-one duel. This is where Palpatine is described to taunt Kylo Ren, telling him that he was never worthy of his grandfather's power, and that this makes him useless and expendable. During the kiss scene between both Rey and Kylo, it's described that a special track by John Williams plays over the shot. So let's go over a couple of parts about this. Now, the thing about Episode 9 is that we do know that, of course, JJ wants to evolve the relationship between both Rey and Kylo. This was confirmed, by the way, over at D23 and Star Wars Celebration, etc., in order to give the fans a very unique experience between those two characters who are going to start off as rivals and will eventually become civil toward each other when they have to face this new threat, the greatest evil, Darth Sidious. So, what I like about this particular scene that takes place, by the way, on the world of Exegol, which is Palpatine's brand new world that he lives on, and is the location of the new Sith Empire, is that, of course, there's a moment in which Rey is actually said to be exhausted, as well as Kylo Ren. They're both on the floor, almost as if they are about to pass out from the Force lightning that hit them before, and from being Force drained by the Force Conduit technique by Palpatine, literally making him far youthful in design and far powerful than ever before. So, as that happens, Kylo Ren is said to crawl over to Rey, places his hand on her face, and gives a kiss on her cheek. Still nothing on the lips, which I found to be very strange for, Star Wars. I feel like that's the other thing that feels a little out of place with the Disney Star Wars films, is that in the prequel trilogy, we had, regular kissing scenes, as well as in the original trilogy. Anakin and Padme had regular kiss scenes, so did, of course, Han and Leia. So, I'm not quite sure why everything is done on the cheek or stuff like that. Well, with that being said, moving on forward, we do know that this particular scene is all set and ready to be by far one of the most emotional segments, because this is where Kylo Ren is said to deliver a line of dialogue where he states, "I will come back for you, sweetheart." Now, for those of you that are very well in tune with the novelization of The Force Awakens, you guys will know exactly what that line of dialogue means. Now, a novelization always expands what's already shown in a movie. It basically provides new dialogue, new shots, or, filler, if you will, in between certain segments of the film. And in The Force Awakens novel, there is a moment in which Rey hears that line of dialogue from a very vague voice. We weren't quite sure exactly who it was. It could have been Rey's father, it could have been just some random, or Now it appears to be Kylo Ren, delivering that line of dialogue that was actually done for the Force Awakens novelization that was approved by J.J. Abrams back in 2015. So dating back years ago is when we first heard that line that's now going to be incorporated into The Rise of Skywalker. And to be honest, sweetheart, it brings us right back to Han Solo, and it kind of shows us that Kylo Ren / Ben is more like how he was with his father than we already thought. So what I like about that is that, of course, this is where Kylo says this line of dialogue. It's unclear if Rey hears it in this particular moment, but she did in fact hear it during the events of The Force Awakens regardless. So anyways, guys, I would love to hear what you have to say about this particular scene on the world of Exegol, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.